Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be showing you how to build custom racking for your garage or lockup.
We're going to be taking you step by step through the entire process to show how easy it is, so stay tuned to the end of the video to see how it's done.
So for this particular racking, we're going to keep it nice and simple. The only things you need are 3x2 CLS. I've gone for the 2.4 meters, do them in various different lengths. This just suited our build, so that's the ones I went for with that. The next thing you're going to need is 11mm 8x4 sheets of OSB. Now, I know what you're thinking, and a lot of you will be saying I should be using plywood because it's structural. Yes, you can use ply. No, I don't need to. I'm not putting things on there that are going to be so heavy that it warrants using ply. So this is a nice cheap alternative, and it will do the job. You're going to need either a plunge saw with a track or a circ saw. Either's a great option. I prefer the circ saw, if I'm totally honest, and that's probably what I'm going to be using. You're going to need two types of screws. Now the first ones, and excuse the rusty old boxes, are going to be 5x80s, and that's going to be used to bolt the CLS together. And then you're going to need 5x40s to bolt the OSB to the CLS. Now finally, you're going to need something to cut the CLS. I have a chop saw. Not a particularly great one, but it will do the trick. Alternatively, you can use a couple of clamps and a handsaw. One thing I forgot to mention is I've got a set of trestles. I've also got the table if I need it, but to be honest, if you're cutting the OSB board, you can just cut it on the floor, or if you've got like a raised curb somewhere, you can use that. As long as the blade doesn't touch anything concrete-wise, you'll be all right. So first things first, you need to measure and determine the height you want your shelves at. So I'm going to evenly space them up to 1800 mil. So I'm going to do one at 600, one at 1200, and one at 1800. And that actually gives us, those three shelves give us 4 shelves because we can use the floor as a shelf as well. So the next thing you're going to want to do is decide how deep you want the shelves. Now the OSB sheets are 1220. So if I do the shelves at 610 at the back here, that's a nice deep shelf. We can get a lot on it. And it's just nice and easy because we can just rip that OSB board dead in half and you've got 2 shelves out of every board. So for this particular shelving unit, we're going to need 10 lengths of CLS, 2.4 meters, and we're going to need 1.5 sheets of the OSB board.
Once you've got your 6 bits of CLS cut, it's now on to cutting the OSB in half.
The way I'm going to be cutting this in half with a basic DIY skill saw is, or circ saw, the board is 1220 millimeters, so 1220 millimeters. Half of that is 610. So we're going to mark at 610, do a little C for a center so we know where it is. Now, the track on this particular saw, and yours may be slightly different, so it's definitely worth a measure, from the outside to the blade is 30 millimeters. So we need to take 30 millimeters off of that measurement and then run our straight edge down there. Little trick here, so basically the circ's going to cut this way, so our track needs to be 30 mil on the left hand side of this center mark. And the way to do that is to never measure from the end of the tape measure. So we take any form of 100, my 100 mil there is a bit dirty, so if we go from our 200 mil mark, we know 30 mil is going to be 230, so we're going to make a mark at 230. And that is where the edge of our straight for our track is going to sit. And then we do the same up that end. And then we can get our straight edge clamped onto the board. So what you can see is our centre mark is here, and then 30 mil that side is where the straight edge sits. Next step, if you're still watching, which you're probably not, is to set the depth of the blade. You can do that by sitting it on the edge, loosening off your little thing here, and then setting it so it's just a tiny bit deeper than the board, and that way you don't cut through your trestles.
So this first board gave us these 2 shelves here, and now we're going to mark up this board.
The offcuts of CLS should be exactly the same width as the board. So what we need to do now is clamp them to the underside of the board so that they're flush here and they're flush here, and then we can chuck 3 of these 40mm screws through the top to hold this in place. This needs to be done at both ends. I know there'll be people saying I should have done a pilot hole, but you just don't need to with this OSB board. And make sure you sink the head of the screw a little bit as well. So what we need to do now is get these bits of CLS as the front and back frame to give it a little bit of structure. The way we do that is we measure from here, from that bit of CLS along to this one, and your measurement should be 2362 each side, there or thereabouts, but don't go off that measurement, measure it yourself, because everything can be maybe 1 or 2 mil out. So I'm going to get 2 of those cut now, and then I'm going to bolt them on with probably 6 screws on each one to hold it safe, and then that's shelf number 1 built.
Time took over you. I never knew what I was in for. We lost our minds.
So now that the frame is built for this shelf and we've screwed the CLS to the board, what we're going to need to do is pop a couple of these 80mm screws in each of the ends just to bolt the frame together. Now the way we're going to do that is I've got a 3mm pilot bit on here, but 3 or 4mm pilot bit will be fine. Put 2 holes through and then bolt the 80mm screws through, like this. And again, just countersink that screw. You can use a countersink if you want, but this isn't going to be seen anyway. Alternatively, top tip, if you don't want to use a pilot bit or you don't have a pilot bit, this is another way to do it, and I'll demonstrate that now. So the reason we pilot is so that the CLS doesn't split, because it's quite a soft wood. So the other way to do it is to put your impact driver in reverse, put your screw in and spin your screw in reverse before you go forward. And then, as you can see there, that stops the wood from splitting. So now you should have yourself 3 shelves that look like this, with CLS acting as a frame on all of them to help with the structure. So the next step is to make this first shelf our top shelf, and we're going to do that by putting a beam of CLS on each of the corners. We can then flip it upright and add our other shelves in once this is in situ inside the container. So to attach these, what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 pilot holes in these uprights that we cut earlier, 6 of them, or the 4 option if you're going to go with that. And we're going to do them slightly diagonally. So we're going to stagger them a little bit, as you can see there. Then we're going to take our 80mm screws and we're going to pop 80mm screws into these, but so that they don't quite protrude out the back. So if you protrude at the back, just draw them back a tiny bit. So if you've got someone to help, they can hold this. If not, a clamp is always a good idea. So now that we've got all 4 legs on, we're going to flip it up the other way and we're going to take it into the container. Or garage, if you've got a garage.
I never knew what I was in for.
So now I'm going to measure the height of the first shelf, which was 600 to the top. So I will just measure that and mark that up now. And I'll do that on all the legs. You can use a level for all this, but the trouble I've got is this container isn't level. So if I use a level, it'll all end up being a bit pissed. So I'm just going to do it with measurements, and then if I ever need to rebuild this in the future, I'll worry about a level. But for in here, measurements are the way to go. If you're certain you've got a completely flat floor, or if you're building this off the back wall, then a level is better than measurements. So for this bit, you're going to need some more 80mm screws, your drill, and your impact driver. So the 600 mark that I've made is the top of the shelf. So I'm going to do 2 pilot holes diagonally again, just below that 600 mark, at least 11mm below, because we don't want it going into the OSB. So we're going to do about 20mm below and about 40mm below, on here, and on the back 2 legs as well. Put the screws in the same as we did before, but so they don't protrude. And then when my assistant helps me hold the shelf up, I could just bolt them in really easily. So if you go from in there, and then I'll clamp this end. I'm pretty heavy, I'm 80 something kilos, and this is absolutely fine. If you want to make them a bit stronger, you can add an additional brace across the middle, and with the 6-leg option, we're going to have another upright here anyway. So let's get that last shelf in, and then we can show you the finished thing.
We lost our minds. Time took over you. I never knew what I was in for.
I know I said at the beginning 6 of these, and I'm going to be putting 6 on here, but you can, as you've just seen in our ridiculous time lapse, how strong these are. So for any of you saying we needed ply, this is perfectly fine. Can use ply. It is stronger, but this is good. If you want to do the 6, this one goes in the middle there. It also gives you a nice little bit of division as well if you ever want to, you know, like section the shelves off. But it will give you a bit more structure. It will stop any sag going forward in the CLS. And also I think it looks nicer as well. So yeah, that's your 6 option. 1 front, 1 back. So that about concludes it, guys. We hope you found this video as useful as this dog did. Cheers, mate. So that about concludes it, guys. We hope you found this video useful. If you've got any questions, drop them below. We're very quick to respond.
And make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss anything else on this channel.
And for more DIY content, stay tuned.
See you soon.
And van builds.